Welcome to the Kentucky Game Plan with your hosts, Adrian and Mac.
Welcome, everyone, to the Kentucky Game Plan. I'm Adrian Smith.
And I'm Mac Black.
Mac Black.
Mac Black.
Are you going out for Halloween?
I'm not.
Really?
No. I don't celebrate Halloween.
You don't?
No.
Interesting.
The most I celebrate Halloween is Michael Myers.
Well, okay. And you've seen the new movie?
Yes, I did.
Yeah?
That was me, my extent of celebrating.
Okay.
So
and how was the movie itself?
It was pretty good. I might have sounded contradictory when I said I don't celebrate, and I said I turn around and celebrate to an extent, which is watching a Halloween movie. So
there you go. So no candy for you.
I ain't going to say that.
Oh.
Everybody enjoys a few pieces of candy.
Well,
I try not to overdo it.
That's the
You
positive.
don't want to overdo it, but it's so hard when you get those little bite-sized Snickers.
You just keep popping them.
You can almost spell out your name with them.
True that.
Or you're missing just one letter, but we'll leave that where it is. Speaking of college football, still rolling.
Yeah, exactly. Rolling.
One particular team got blown out again. I hate to say it that way, but that's just what happened. And, I really think the season's over for the Louisville Cardinals.
Well,
I hate to say it, but it's...
Well, the season is over.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. I mean, you're 2-6. I really don't see you pulling yourself out of this hole.
You're 2-6, and you have Clemson next Saturday.
At
Clemson. So that's going to be a battle. And you got Syracuse left.
NC State. And... the in-state rival.
Number 12, Kentucky.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that here in a minute. All right, Louisville, Wake Forest.
Yes. 56-35.
Yes, that's the score.
Wake Forest, how can I put this, ran all over U of L.
They did.
I mean, the runs that Wake Forest had in this game is just... I couldn't believe how this guy took over the game and just not only racked up points, but racked up yards offensively for the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest.
Speaking of one Demon Deacon, Colburn.
Yes.
Who was supposed to play for Louisville, but scholarship got pulled by Bobby Petrino.
Right.
Which he made a statement yesterday.
Oh, he did?
Oh, he did. You seen the game.
Well, I've seen the highlights of it.
Colburn made a statement. Hey, pull my scholarship. But Petrino chalks up as being a number situation because of how all that went down. But hey, he made it known. Hey, I'm here. I'm playing.
He circled the date.
He did. He circled the date, and he acted on it.
Matt Calborn, 20 carries, 243 yards, 3 touchdowns. His longest run was 74 yards.
Right.
The field is 100. One run, 74 yards. There you go. Cade Carney, the backup for Wake Forest, 14 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown himself. U of L offensively had good numbers throughout the game.
It's just pass to the ball how many times?
Yeah, Jawan Pass came in this game 54 times he threw the ball. 30 out of 54. He threw for 358 yards and a touchdown. U of L's rushing attack, Trey Smith, 13 carries, 98 yards, 3 touchdowns. His longest was 52 yards. Hassan Hall, 10 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Jawan Pass also carried the ball 9 times for 34 yards. So Jawan Pass has obviously progressed better and better week in, week out.
Right.
And the offense, like I said, it showed up. It was, putting points on the board. I mean, Jalen Smith, 8 catches for 107 yards. Seth Dawkins, 5 catches, 49 yards and a touchdown. And Tutu Atwell, the punt returner, kick returner, slot receiver, 8 catches, 132 yards for U of L.
But once again, where's the defense?
They're still on the sidelines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apparently. The way they were running all over them yesterday, I didn't see any defense.
No, there was...
Offense seemed like it had a little life to it, but...
trying to catch up.
Right.
I mean, 'cause it was a catch-up from the start. Sam Hartman, quarterback for Wake Forest, 16 of 24, 223 yards and 2 touchdowns.
A lot of empty seats at Cardinal Stadium.
There was a lot of empty seats, and I think as the game went on, it got even more empty.
To be homecoming, I mean, they only had 49,600 603 tickets sold.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
That's a very low attendance, especially, you want to support, your school, especially homecoming.
Well, yeah, definitely. And it wasn't, bad weather out there. It was chilly, but it wasn't like raining or, snowing,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, U of L 2-6 on the season, 0-5 in the ACC.
Yeah, in conference play.
They
had that bye week, and you would think they would have, tweaked a few things, corrected some flaws. I don't know.
Do you think Wake Forest, by the way, on the season, they are 4-4, 1-3 in ACC, the one coming yesterday.
Yeah.
I guess, do the rumors start now? Is it over for Bobby?
As we say every show, we talk about this, and I say yes.
Okay.
It's coming.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's coming.
The next few opponents they have are tough, especially Clemson. And you see what Clemson did to Florida State yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And with Louisville going to their arena.
Right. You got NC State. They're no catwalk, as they say.
No, it's not.
And then you got, like you said, UK to end out the season, in-state rival.
Slap in the face.
It's always a big deal and understandable, but...
Man, they look promising with that game opening touchdown.
Right.
Will they come out?
They look good.
The momentum, it looked like it started off well, but then it just, zap, and it was gone.
U of L's defense, that zone defense, man, they were playing
issue.
A lot of that zone, and, they were just finding holes to run through. If not that, it was, receivers caught one pass, made one move, and they were gone for 20 yards or more. This defense is just horrendous for the last 4 games. Just horrendous.
But moving on.
Yep.
To the Kentucky Wildcats, number 12, Kentucky Wildcats, which are now 7-1.
Mm-hmm.
Squeaked out a win yesterday against Mizzou, 4-4, 15-14.
You squeak is the word, yeah.
And that last play, pass interference called.
Right.
I'm sure the Mizzou fans were livid, as they say.
And they should have been, I guess, as
no
as
time
fans.
left on the clock. 2-yard pass from Wilson to C.J. Conrad to win that game, 15-14.
Yeah.
Benny Snell Jr. was super quiet. They held him to 62 yards. No, 67 yards.
Yeah, 67
and 19 carries. That's low for him.
Well, it's 3.5 yards carry. His longest run was 15.
Yeah. Wow.
No touchdowns.
No, there's some.
So there you go. It was.
Their defense, the Tigers' defense, they held on to the 3 4th down attempts, limiting Kentucky to 3 of 14 third down conversions. So defense was there for the Tigers.
Yeah.
But Kentucky found a way to dismantle this team.
Well,
and beat them.
I had big questions about Terry Wilson, and why I say that is, everybody knows UK's look. They got a solid defense. Yeah. They got that bend, don't break type defense.
Their defense looked breakable yesterday. It was vulnerable.
Right.
In the first half, you seen that.
I did.
You seen halftime, they were down, 14-3?
14-3. Yeah, 14-3.
So that defense first half was very vulnerable and breakable.
But I had the questions with Terry Wilson is, a team comes in, I don't care what SEC school because they're all damn good. Let's just be honest. But I look at it like, okay, a team comes in, if they can put up points, can UK's defense stop that consistently?
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side of the ball, if Missouri's defense stops Benny Snell, which Missouri's defense did very well doing, only 67 yards, as you said, can Terry Wilson pull this thing together and put UK, in a position to not only win but put up points consistently.
Well, it's funny you say that because he quoted. They were talking to him yesterday, and he quoted, "I had that championship mentality." And he said, "As being a quarterback, you have to have that championship mentality." And I think him having that helped him pull the team together to win.
Well, I mean,
they fought.
Yeah, they didn't give up at any time in this game. Like you said, Wilson, 22 of 31, 267 yards and a touchdown. He controlled the offense very, very well, especially in situations where, the blitzing schemes that they were kind of coming with. He handled it.
Right.
Benny Snell did his job. If he wasn't going to carry the ball, he was going to block.
And you had Josh Allen with 10 sacks for the season.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to be up there for Defensive Player of the Year. It's in the SEC, Defensive Player of the Year.
Gunnar Hope was put in third quarter.
Yeah.
Kind of give that offense a jump start or a spark they needed.
Hey.
Did his thing, but was taken out and Wilson was put back in. And I said this last show they were going to try to rotate the quarterbacks and see what worked best for them.
Yeah, Gunnar Hope came in, like you said. 3 of 8 for 27 yards. It's a situation where you kind of maybe put more pressure on the quarterback of hey, you're doing okay, but you're not doing what you need to do. So I'm going to pull you for a couple series.
Exactly.
And I want to see if this guy can give us what we need. And you think about that while you're on the sidelines watching that other guy come in. And I think Terry Wilson, like you said, had that championship mentality. He came back in, drove the Cats down, scored, and then with the pass interference call,
that was like in their favor.
Oh, totally. Totally.
If it hadn't happened, the time being on the clock, they would have lost.
Oh yeah,
they would have lost the game. But it worked out for them, and it is what it is. It could have been a thing of where they could have had that extra time. Well, they didn't have the time on the clock, but they could have had that opportunity they had and then not converted on it.
Right.
And still could have lost the game.
Exactly.
So, but they converted, and now they're going on to play 7th ranked Georgia Saturday, November 3rd. Mm-hmm. There's a 12 noon game, I believe.
Yes, it is 12 noon.
So I'm going to say this, and then we're going to move on. Kentucky beats Georgia. Solid. They're legit. They're the most legit team in the SEC. I'm going to say that. They will be if they. They're solid now, but solidifying things would be beating Georgia, number 7 Georgia. We know how tough Georgia is, and we know Georgia can be beat just like anybody else.
Yeah, Florida played very well in the first half yesterday against Georgia. And Kentucky beat Florida.
Right. And speaking of Florida, that's Mizzou's next opponent. And Florida is ranked number 9, and that's next for them next Saturday. So that should be another good game.
It should be, yeah. SEC, man.
Yeah.
I think if Kentucky can just bend, don't break against Georgia.
Yeah.
Hang in there. Don't create stupid plays for yourself.
Exactly. Just play football.
Just play solid football. I think they got a shot, man. I really do. I really do think they got a shot.
Speaking of shots, Kentucky had their blue and white scrimmage game this week. The Blue come out on top, 104-96. Blue team consisted of Emmanuel Quickley, Quade Green, Keldon Johnson, P.J. Washington, Nick Richards, Johnny David. The white team, Ashton Hagans, Jamal Baker, Tyler Harrow, E.J. Montgomery, Reed Travis, and Brad Calipari. So it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
They got some things to work on, just like every other team out there.
Oh, yeah.
But they do look good. And Friday was their opener against Transylvania University.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Wildcats come out on top, 94-66. Starting 5 was Emmanuel Quickley, Quade Green, P.J. Washington, Reed Travis, Nick Richards, which I wasn't surprised to see that lineup. Play big.
Yeah, the bigs. Yeah.
Everybody did well. Baker he missed the game due to his knee again.
Yeah, I heard that.
So that's kind of a bummer because everybody wanted to see him play, and he's missed the past few practices because of a swollen knee. But, precautionary measures you take. You don't want to end the guy's career having him out there and, storing his leg or his knee, rather. And we know the knee injuries, how bad that can be.
Long term, yeah.
Right. Cats struggled a bit in a few areas, but rebounding was one of them. They out-rebounded Transylvania 52-18. You talking about cleaning boards.
Good God.
Yeah, the scorers of the game, P.J. Washington, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks. Green, 13 points. Travis had 12 points, 10 rebounds. Higgins, 10 points, 3 assists. E.J. Montgomery, 14 points, 9 rebounds. Keldon Johnson, 13 points. Nick Richards, 13 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks. Quickly, 3 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. And I was shocked on this stat here. Tyler Hero, 4 points.
Wow. Ooh.
Yeah,
that's a guy who can light it up, man.
I know.
From anywhere.
And I was just like, well, what's going on here? But I think their next opponent is Indiana something.
Oh, probably like Indiana State.
I'm not sure. It's Indiana something. I glanced at it, but it's, still preseason to me.
Well, I can't wait for that matchup, Duke.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
I can't wait either.
Some other interesting NCAA news. Adidas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adidas employees James Gatto, former Adidas consultant Merle Code, and former runner for NBA agent Andy Miller, Christian Dawkins, were found guilty on felony charges of wire fraud and conspiracy to commit wire fraud after a 3-week criminal trial in federal court in New York. Gatto, Code, and Dawkins were accused of paying money from Adidas to the families of recruits to ensure they signed with Adidas-sponsored university schools, and then with the sneaker company and certain financial planners and agents once they turned pro. The jury found all 3 of these men guilty on both counts. Gatto was also convicted of an additional count of wire fraud. Here's the thing. Just get rid of the one and done.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not surprised by all these guys being found guilty because I remember when this first come about, it was breaking news. It popped up. Mm-hmm. And I kind of heard, a little inside piece that was about to break open. And Louisville's name was mentioned first. It was what I'd heard.
Mm-hmm.
And then you seen the firing of Pitino,
right.
The athletic director, Tom Jurich. They were fired like back to back.
Right.
Supposedly this lawyer saying that Pitino didn't know, there's no actual wiretaps of him knowing, but one of the other guys, come out and told the feds, hey, Pitino did know.
Yeah.
He knew about the payments to Brian Bowen's family. I believe that. How could you not know? Being a coach of his stature, how could you not know what's going on?
Well,
I mean, Bill Self is another one.
Yeah, he was
Kansas. He quotes him and his staff have not used funds improperly to persuade recruits to come to play at Kansas.
Right.
He swears up and down it didn't happen. This stuff goes on in all these schools.
Oh, yeah.
And this stems all the way back to AAU.
And even
all these tournaments.
Well, even further back than that. Because, a lot of these guys were getting money back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Getting money from boosters.
Yeah. Well, the boosters are always going to be there.
Right.
That's how these players drive these cars. That's how, they get some of their clothes, shoes, this and that. But
what's crazy now, it's bad. It's a slap on the wrist. It's a negative thing.
Right.
But in the 70s, it was like,
exactly.
He's all right.
You're a star player. You're gonna have a new car,
and it wasn't a big deal. Right.
No, it's not. But see, I'm gonna say this. I think these players should get some type of payment for something. I mean, they get none off the jersey sales. Their athletic ability and their star power fills these seats in these stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
In these college games, fans come out, see these guys play. They're buying their jersey. Little kids are wearing the jerseys. Little kids looking up to them, and they get nothing for it.
Right.
But then when somebody comes with them and offers them a substantial amount of money right before they get drafted or these scouts see these guys and they see them in the AAU as young as they are then. And, hey, we can get you in this college. And these sneaker companies kick in and they find these AAU teams that have 1 or 2 star players. And guess what?
Let's add this one.
Hey, let's give your whole team sneakers, your whole team jersey. We're going to sponsor everything for you. And, these parents, they invest a lot of their time, money, and energy, sacrifice a lot just to see their kids playing these tournaments. They start when they're young.
Yeah, I mean, young.
All the way up to AAU and then transfer them to college. And, the next level they want to play is the NBA.
Well, yeah, you got this far.
And then you got a family who's, not financially secure. They have money issues or whatnot. And you get these big companies, these coaches. Everybody's getting paid. It's all about that dollar. And everybody is looking to make some money out of it or capitalize off these kids, and they're not getting nothing for it.
Right.
They're not getting anything. But yet, this breaks wide open because somebody got caught. Because, they say they all do it. Somebody got caught, and hey.
I look at it like this. I mean, because like you said, everybody's getting paid. Everybody's getting money thrown at them. And it's not like, oh, here's $10,000.
Right.
Come play for us because we're an Adidas school, or come play for us because we're a Nike school. $90,000, $100,000, $150,000. This is the money that's being thrown at these young guys, like you said, young guys. That, hey man, that $150,000 will help mom out.
Right.
It will put food on the table for me and my sister and my brother. Yeah, it's a situation where these guys are gonna be like, yes, and these agents and these AAU guys, sponsorship guys. Paid. Know it. They know it.
These coaches know it too.
Exactly.
They're in cahoots with the agents, and they want certain players to come to their school and play.
Right.
Right. It's about persuading them to come. If you can't persuade them with your mouthpiece, throw some money out there.
But when it's done, should just be done.
Right.
There you go.
It's a bad situation, but it's all about that dollar, like I said, and everybody's looking to get paid, and it's just. To me, it destroys sports. Well, the whole innocence of sports. These kids are doing what they love to do is play basketball. And people want to capitalize on it, but it is what it is, right?
It is what it is, exactly. NFL, man, got a question for you. Guy gets 10-year contract, $100 million. You think he's going to put the best players out there, right? And he's going to give you a championship.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, so far, that's not what John Gruden's doing. How about that? So we have John Gruden, 10-year, $100 million, right? So that being said, he's traded his defensive player, who is an all-pro Hall of Famer, let's just say what it is, Khalil Mack, and he's traded his pretty much his second-best offensive player, Amari Cooper.
The fans are not happy at all.
Both of these guys are like 25 and 23 years old. Like, they're not, they haven't done the NFL for years. These guys are very, very young, and they have a long career ahead of them. So far, that's not what John Gruden's doing. My whole thing is this. If you're collecting these draft picks to do it your way, John, you better be right. Because you're trading away a lot of good things around you.
Yes.
So, I have to say, I've always been a fan of John Gruden. I've always kind of admired the way he goes about football and what he knows about football and how he projects it to the people. My thing is this, man. I think they got 5 first-round draft picks in the next 2 drafts with the whole Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper and their own draft picks. You better not miss on these 5.
That's John Gruden.
Exactly. It's John Gruden.
There you go.
It's Chucky. There you go, right?
Chucky. Wanna play?
Right.
Speaking of Khalil Mack,
yeah,
he's out today, inactive, ankle injury.
Okay.
For the Bears, wide receiver Allen Robinson, groin injury. So that's 2 players the Bears aren't going to have today. Sad to say.
Cleveland rocks. Cleveland Browns, they say.
Yeah.
Hey, they're competing.
They are.
They're competing.
They are, and they're not getting blown out. It's just
no.
They're losing, by small margins. I mean, losing is losing, winning is winning, but they're not getting blown out. They're competing. a whole different team.
A lot of overtime games, too.
A lot of overtime game. A huge turnaround for this team. It really is.
For the better, yeah.
Yeah, for the better.
Mayfield thinks it's really on the players.
Yeah.
It's more on the players than the coaches. Yeah, I said that it's a matter of players doing their jobs and doing them better. And also that we got to go out there and perform every play.
Right. I agree.
So
I agree with him.
I agree, yeah, completely.
Coaches can, it's like taking a horse. Let's say you take the horse. You can take a horse to the stream. You can't make him drink.
Exactly. Right.
And they bring these players to the stream, and it's up to them to drink.
Exactly. No, you're right.
Drinking is winning.
Exactly.
Well, when it comes to water.
Mayfield says about water. It's a matter of players doing their jobs and doing their jobs better. We need to perfect our craft on the field. You look at teams around the league, they work hard just like we do. But the thing is, the ones that win championships perfect it.
Yes.
So
I agree.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Mayfield, I think he's going to continue to do well and make some strides.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's almost at that point of, he's on teeter-totter and proving himself.
True. Yeah. That's the way to put it. Yeah.
I've seen a lot worse go through Cleveland and
have we all?
Be young.
Right.
And do bad.
Well, do very, very bad.
Yeah.
0-16. Bad.
Exactly.
Some NBA?
NBA. Steph Curry, 51 points the other night against Washington Wizards. They defeated them 144-122. 51 points.
51 points.
Had the whole shrug like Jordan, too. Like, remember when Jordan
did the
92 playoffs?
Trailblazers.
Hitting those 3 points. Yeah, he's just just another downtown 3-pointer for me. They said the last 3 in the first quarter was probably the funniest thing he's ever experienced on the court.
I can agree with that.
He was at the free throw line and guys were yelling, "Don't miss it, don't miss it." Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, what a night for him. I mean, he said he felt like if he just threw it up, it was going to go in.
Right.
Well, it pretty much did.
And Steve Kerr, so he was letting them fly, and he wasn't even mad about it.
Well, how could you not?
He knows he's going to hit his points.
Right.
Kevin Durant added 30 points. Draymond Green had 11 of his 12 assists in the first half to help the 2-time defending champs finish with 37 after dishing out 35 assists.
Wow.
20-point victory.
Huh?
That was against Phoenix on Monday night. But the Curry show is what they call it.
I could see why.
Wow.
Utah Jazz, Donovan Mitchell, ex-U of L star.
Yes.
He's had a slow start to the season, and he says it's pretty much all in his head.
Yeah.
That, he didn't want to be in that situation of the sophomore slump, as they say.
Well, he said he was chasing perfection. He was trying to be perfect.
Right.
You can't do that. Being perfect will slow you down. Get out there, be yourself, play your game. If you're a rookie, you're gonna make your rookie mistakes. You're gonna shine.
Right.
And then you're not gonna shine some games. So
well, Rookie of the Year, a runner-up last year.
Right.
And he just dunk contest winner. Yeah, he just didn't want to be in that slump. He didn't want to disappoint his fans. He didn't want to disappoint himself or his family.
I'm not disappointed watching the guy. I mean,
but now he's out of the slump.
Right.
He's doing a whole lot better.
Killing it.
He's let that go. He said he's not thinking about it. He's not dwelling on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just playing basketball the way it flows to him. And that's the thing. Just go out and play.
Be natural.
Don't get in your own head. Don't think about things. When you go out there and play, that's your moment of tranquility, of like, okay, this is what I do, and this is what I love to do. Just let it be.
Right.
Just let it be.
You can overanalyze things.
Exactly.
Another little piece of NBA news: the Lakers Spurs last night. LeBron had 35 points, passed Dirk Nowitzki as all-time scoring.
That's saying something.
Well. They lost to the Spurs 110-106. LeBron had a chance to tie the game, missed a 3-point shot. Is what it is.
Oh yeah.
DeRozan, 30 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists.
Told you that trade was going to
work.
Come back
win. come back win again. Because Lakers led throughout the game.
Right.
They came back. Dude look like Kobe out there.
I told you that situation was going to be better for
Yeah.
DeMar than it was going to be for Kawhi.
Kawhi's not looking bad either.
He's not looking bad.
Raptors don't look bad. I'm like, I can't count them out. But DeMarcus Cousins hasn't played one game yet. Already been thrown out. How you get ejected? Are you sitting on the sideline and you arguing with the official? You're not even in the game.
And you get thrown out.
You get thrown out with a technical foul and one ejection. I ain't even played the game yet. I told you he's going to be a cancer for this team.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, on the sideline, he's making him look bad, but wait till he gets in the game. It's going to get worse. Nothing against DeMarcus. We know how passionate he is about playing. He plays with a chip on his shoulder, and you have to.
But
if that's your style of play, cool. But you get him and Draymond together.
You could also hurt your team very, very bad in situations
Agreed.
that you don't need to be in.
Things around town, but you all know, I'm a Queen fan. If y'all are Queen fans, Bohemian Rhapsody is going to be an excellent film. It comes out Friday. Get out there, support it, see it. I'm excited. Y'all should be excited too. What do you got?
Well, the movie looks great as far as the previews I've seen. Also, things around town. November 1st, Dawn at the Downs at Churchill Downs. The races start at 9. They start at 5. Also, November 2nd and 3rd, the Breeders' Cup at Churchill Downs. November 23rd is Light Up Louisville at the Metro Hall. And starting the new year, January 19th, the Harlem Globetrotters will be at the Yum Center January 19th. Yep. And March 8th, Weezer and the Pixies will be at the KFC Yum Center. And March 9th, Metallica will be at the KFC Yum Center.
Yes.
So there you go.
That's going to be a great show. Also, hit that like button when you follow us on YouTube.
And share.
Yeah, share
the show.
Also, Instagram. Follow us on Instagram at @the_KY_gameplan. We're on Facebook as well at @the_KY.gameplan. And Twitter handle at @the_KY_gameplan. This wraps it up for us, guys. Happy Halloween to everyone.
Yep.
I am Mac Black.
I'm Adrian Smith.
And thank you for tuning in to the Kentucky Game Plan.